Hey there, welcome to the UXF channel and welcome to this tutorial video for the play-along videos of Annihilate, which was used in the recent Spider-Man movie. It's as performed by Metro Boomin, Swan Lee, Lil Wayne, and Offset. Now, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to look at the chords you need for GCEA, soprano, concert, tenor, ukulele, in both the original key of B minor and A minor. And then we'll also look at the chords you need for baritone, DGBE, ukulele, and then we'll talk a little bit about strumming ideas as well. Just want to remind you that you can find the tabs or the chord chart for this song on my website. It's at ukestuff.info. You can find it there. And if you want to support the work on this channel, there are three things you can do. First of all, you can like the video. Second, you can subscribe to the channel. And third, you can always buy me a cup of coffee to say thank you for making this content at buymeacoffee.com/ukestuff. All right, let's begin with the chords you need for Annihilate in the original key of B minor on soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele. I'll be using this instrument. This is the close 8-string tenor ukulele. All right, so the first chord you need is the B minor chord. And what you're going to do is bar across all 4 strings right at the metal 2nd fret. So you take your first finger across all 4 strings right at the metal 2nd fret and you pull against the fretboard. Now, this is an 8 string. It's going to play the same way as a 4 string. It's just going to sound a little different, but it has even more string resistance. If I'm pulling against the fretboard, that's what I need to do, and then I get most of the sound I need, and then I can add my thumb for a little bit of support, and then with my ring finger generally, I'm going to play the 4-string 4th fret. That's your B minor chord. And we've got a G chord. Then we have an E minor chord. Now, just one little tip with the E minor chord. If you're on the G chord and you want to play E minor, just add your pinky on the, ultimately, the 3rd string, 3rd fret. But if you want to do an E minor chord from the start, you put your first finger on the 1st string, 2nd fret, then you waterfall down. 2nd finger goes on the 2nd string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger goes on the 3rd string, 4th fret. Then we have an A chord, and then we also have a D chord here. Now, I play D like this. I put my first finger at the top of the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then my other 2 fingers around it, like a small G7 chord, although you can play D with 3 fingers in a row. You can play it with 2 fingers. You can play it with 1 finger, taking your ring finger and bending it like this. Just don't reach around and play it with your thumb. And those are the chords you need to play Annihilate on GCEA, soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele in the original key of B minor. Now let's take a look at the chords you need to play it in A minor. Okay, in the key of A minor, why would you do this? Because it's easier to play on a GCEA ukulele, that's why. All right, so the first chord would be an A minor chord, then an F chord, then a D minor chord, then a G chord, and then a C chord. Now, ultimately, if you are a teacher at a school, this version will be the most accessible for your students because they're very familiar chords and do not require a bar chord. All right, those are the 5 chords you need to play Annihilate on GCEA, soprano, concert, or tenor ukulele in the key of A minor. Now let's talk about the chords you need for baritone, DGBE ukulele. All right, for baritone, I'll be using this instrument. This is not a baritone. This is a concert ukulele. It's a tom concert ukulele, but it has Pepe Romero baby baritone strings on it, which allows me to play it like it were a baritone. That way I don't have to deal with changing broad ranges between instruments as I'm making these tutorials. It allows me to play a concert scale, which I'm most familiar and comfortable with. All right, so the first chord you're going to need is the B minor chord. Then you're going to need the G chord. Then you're going to need the E minor chord. Then you're going to need the A chord. You can play A chord any number of ways. I put my first finger at the top of the 3rd string, 2nd fret, and my other 2 fingers around it, sort of like a D7 chord, but you can put fingers 1, 2, and 3 in a row. You can play it with 2 fingers. You can play it with 1 finger by bending your finger and doing that. And just don't reach over with your thumb. And then the final chord you need is the D chord. And those are the 5 chords you need to play Annihilate on baritone DGBE ukulele. Now let's talk about strumming. Now, as it comes to strumming, this is not music that had ukulele in it. So quite honestly, whatever you play, as long as it fits the tempo, matches the tempo, and fits in with the music, that's all that really matters. So please understand that. I'm just going to give you some suggestions of what you can do. There is no right answer here. Run away from anybody that says that there is. So here are my suggestions. When you have that first main theme that comes back through the song, the I just came to my senses part, those sound like single strums to me, so I just go like this. And by the way, I'm using the B minor chords just because they're the same chord progression that's used on baritone and GCEA. If you're playing the A minor version, you would just substitute the A minor chords with these same strumming patterns when you play along with the song. So you do a single strum, B minor, and then a G, then an E minor, and then an A chord. And that gets you through those little, like, what I would call really the chorus. But then when you get to the verses, which are the all-out rap parts there, what I would do there is just do up, down really softly. And it's just a B minor chord that you hold forever. Now, the other thing you could do is you could play like the B minor chord and then just let go a little bit and just mute the strings like that. So you could do something like this. And just play like on the downbeat. That would also work. And that's easy to do when you have a fully muted chord. It isn't so easy to do at other times. So if you're playing the A minor chord, for example, on GCEA ukulele, and you're doing that, you'd have to mute another way by putting your finger across the strings above it when you weren't playing the chord. So it'd be something like this. You'd have to use that other finger to sort of mute the strings during that time. That would work very well too. Now, the only other spot that's different happens really at the end of the song, where you have that little thing that's that weird ending, which comes from the movie Welcome to Spider Society, that part right there. And in that progression, what I hear are down strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready, go. So it's just down strums in that part, and that's the only thing that's different in the song. I'll do that again. So just down, 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 down. All right, so with those strumming ideas and those chords, that's all you need to do to be successful on Annihilate as performed by Metro Boomin, Swan Lee, Lil Wayne, and Offset. All right, thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.